I never thought about office place politics in terms of like being a threat to your job. Like I thought there was something that you played to help
To
you
get
maybe get
ahead.
ahead, not
Mm,
necessarily to keep you from getting fired. And so what
mm.
I couldn't help but think, my takeaway from the post was people in the comments were saying, "Oh, like make sure you log into your CRM and like get your KPI, like get your metrics out."
Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
What's up, lifers, and welcome to the Daily Standup with lifetime value, where we're giving you fresh new customer success ideas every single day. I got my man JP with us. JP, you want to say hi?
Just a 5 o'clock free cat giveaway.
And we've got Rob with us. Rob, can you say hi?
Bing bong.
Oh yeah, go Knicks. Go Knicks. By the time this is out, they'll be
Long
out of the
gone.
playoffs. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I'm your
What you
host.
wanna
My
do?
name is Dylan Young. What are you about to do? For all the people not, oh, he put the Celtics on. I hope they don't win at all. Anyway, hey guys, it's just the three of us. I got something to read. You guys ready? D-Town Forever writes, I'm getting fired, and honestly, I'm relieved.
Yo, shout out to D-Town, man. I know that
D-Town
sounds wild,
forever.
but
This is in the customer success Reddit, of course, and it says, I'll try to read it fast. I was browsing through our read.ai meetings in search of the transcript from a sales to CS handoff call, and I found a call between my boss and our CEO. It's a very small company. My name was in the top of the summary, so of course I read the transcript and watched the meeting. Who wouldn't? They basically badmouthed me with a bunch of stuff that I have a wildly different take on than they do. And my boss, who is new to the org and a consultant to boot, said that he, Rob, is this you? Said that he knew someone who could come in and take over, and it was just a matter of when/whether that person can do it. Now, JP, I know you also read this post. Let's dive into it. I want your take. I don't want to read through this whole thing myself.
yeah. I mean, it's a nasty world. You know, y'all look out for my debut album, baby. Nasty world, because it's nasty out here.
I would love that album.
I tell you, I'm already thinking about song titles and everything. One of them definitely gonna be Triple B. People don't know what that's about.
Big baller brand?
Nah.
You bringing back LeVar?
But as I digress. So, you know what was heartbreaking about this post is I feel for this guy, even if, you know, we have obviously read these posts, they're subjective. I think what sort of stoked my pessimism, let's say, is the fact that this guy said that, you know, he had performed well, he did all this, you know, great stuff, like he had quote unquote proved your worth. And it brought up the existential question in me, which is like, is that enough? I think that I've tried to avoid office place politics for a long time, mainly in the sense of, oh, if I don't want to get promoted necessarily or do something, like I want to be able to maybe come in, do my thing, be good at it, and let that be good enough. But I never thought about office place politics in terms of like being a threat to your job. Like I thought there was something that you played to help
To
you
get
maybe get
ahead.
ahead, not necessarily to keep you from getting fired. And so what I couldn't help but think, my takeaway from the post was people in the comments were saying, "Oh, like make sure you log into your CRM and like get your KPI, like get your metrics out." And I was thinking, okay, so this person who performed really well is going to get their metrics out, put them on their resume, have them be attractive where he can go get hired somewhere else, maybe to have the exact same thing happen to him over there if they are also a same mindset, or if
Subscribe.
it's, you know, like that's basically what my takeaway was. Like, is that enough?
I want to call one thing out before I let Robin here to defend himself about why he did this to this guy.
That's not me. Breathe opportunities for the world, man.
It was you, bro.
There was something really interesting you said, JP. I've thought like this, and I want to name it because I think it's worthwhile to name. Oftentimes people say, I don't play office politics. I just want to do good work and go home and like not play the game. that is often a smokescreen for I'm kind of and it shouldn't matter because I do good work. And when I say that and I say some people, I mean Dylan. And I've had to learn that it is not office politics to learn how to play nicely in the sandbox. And I have said that derisively for years. And it has taken me a long time to learn that they are not the same thing. Rob, go ahead.
That's real.
Tell me more about that. That was a really insightful comment.
Yeah. No, I'm with Rob. I'm like, yo, tell me more about that.
I think if you're not a good teammate, right, then it doesn't matter how good your work is. Because you can have I think a lot of people want to be a force multiplier, right? That's a term.
Yeah.
You can also be a force divider.
Interesting. So it's not office politics to learn to play the game of working inside a company or playing.
I didn't say play the game. Play nicely in the sandbox.
Yeah. Honestly, those are, when you boil it down, you're right, because there's just a lot of fundamentals around like what it means to be a good teammate. That's not really politics. Like, if I have a manager who's very empathetic to me and my needs, should I see that as them playing the game, or should I just see that as them just being a good team player and doing the fundamental things that make them human? Right? Yeah. No, it's a good question. I think it'd be really funny. This person, I feel bad for their position. It reminds me of a time when I had some people on my team, they would seed some criticisms of me in call recordings that they would then send my way. And so I'd hear like the first 3 minutes before the customer gets on the call of them just like bad mouthing everything that's going on. I'm like, oh, thanks guys. Really needed that. Yeah, it was crazy.
What?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think I was just being messed with, but
what if that's what's happening here and this guy has missed the plot?
I doubt it. I mean, the thing, know what's so funny?
Because I'm the one who said it.
I'm not. PSA.
He got you.
I am not. I'm not laying anybody off.
Sorry,
I'm not playing any long.
We're just joking.
Anyway,
it's all jokes. It's all jokes.
Could you imagine if this person, like, they just take the funny approach and they're like, they say to their manager the next day, like, hey, I just really appreciate everything you're doing here. I wanted to send you this gift card to your favorite restaurant. I just really, really value everything you're doing for the company. And then the manager's like, oh, I'm about to lay this person off.
Can I just say real quick, then, is that the equivalent of maybe like, giving someone a promotion or a raise, like the backhanded raise, the backhanded sort of promotion? In other words, like retention by, there's a word I'm looking for. It's almost like emotional hostage take, like
emotional damage.
I think I get where you're going with this, and I've heard this story before. Maybe somebody who I'm very close with that works in a more corporate setting, where they will often promote somebody, quote unquote, into a job that there's really kind of two ways it goes, that they don't think they can do because they need to build a case for why that person should be exited from the company.
What?
Or that is a worthless job because they don't think they'll ever be able to get that person exited. So they want to make their life so boring and miserable that they'll quit on their own.
That's nasty work.
That's a game. That's
so
next level games.
You want to say that's nasty work, but here's the problem: is in this post, this guy. Let's assume that it's all accurate and true, and there's no skewing of reality. His bosses have never told him that he has performed poorly. That is just as bad.
Yeah.
How is somebody supposed to get better if you don't ever give them feedback? What has become of our social contract if in the employment relationship it is you sink or swim, buddy, and we're not going to give you any support? It's an economically idiotic decision, considering how long it takes to recoup your investment when you hire somebody, particularly at a small company. But it's also just bad humanity wise, I would say.
Right. I that's some next level, we're talking about like the company playing games,
Choo.
which I do think happens, by the way, in different ways. And I think sometimes, like I think sometimes it's not necessarily as malicious as it can seem.
Mhm.
But I think we asked one time. I know we got to go, but I think we asked one time, like, has anyone ever gotten put on a performance improvement plan and actually stayed? Like, that's what you're saying. Like, they should share the feedback. Well, what if they shared the feedback and they're like, well, if we put them on a PIP, we're just gonna.
Rob, any last words?
Not really. Just feel bad for this person. To the contrary,
Tough spot.
If this person's looking for a new gig, hey, drop me a note.
Reach
Maybe
out.
I can help you find something.
All right, boys. That's our time. Love it, as always. Thank you for humoring me, as always, with my favorite cesspool. See you later.
You've been listening to the Daily Standup by Lifetime Value. Please note that the views expressed in these conversations are attributed only to those individuals on this recording and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of their respective employers. For all general inquiries, please reach out via email to hello@lifetimevaluemedia.com. To learn more about advertising on the Daily Standup and the Lifetime Value Media Network, please reach out via email to advertising@lifetimevaluemedia.com. Find us on YouTube at Lifetime Value and find us on the socials at Lifetime Value Media. Until next time.